Under President Coolidge, the Boulder Canyon Project Act is passed, signing the dam's construction into law in 1928. Construction, however, began under the presidency of Herbert Hoover. Prior to Hoover's presidency, he represented the federal government in 2 different meetings with people representing Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming, showing them how much the dam could help. With the soil-rich Semin Valley being flooded in California, a dam on the Colorado was a logical choice to control the flooding while protecting the agricultural powerhouse. The construction of the dam would also lead to the generation of power, creating recreational space and large amounts of water storage. Hoover was one of the main advocates for the dam's erection, unifying the populace to agree on the construction proposal. Signed November 24, 1922, support facilities were to be made to support workers and the project itself. These projects included building Boulder City to house workers, building the world's largest refrigeration plant to supply ice-cold water for the cooling of the dam's concrete, tying into the railway for shipping materials, along with the creation of hundreds of miles of new electrical lines to San Bernardino in order to power the facilities while construction went on. Ordered by President Hoover in March of 1931, small towns were built by the river and along the cliff faces to house 480 single men. Here they worked on the dam while Boulder City was completed, working in 120-degree heat, causing the death of 14 workers from heat prostration. In order to build the dam, the river had to be diverted. To do this, workers drilled 4 56-foot wide tunnels into the Boulder Canyon walls. On November 13, 1932, 2 of the 4 diversion tunnels were opened. At the time of the dam's completion, 2 diversion tunnels were plugged, while the other 2 served as a foundation for spillway tunnels. In order for the dam to be built, 2 coffer dams were constructed in order to hold back the Colorado so base camps could be set up at the construction site. With the completion of the first coffer dam, the work site was drained and sediment from the river was removed in order to reach bedrock for the dam's formation. By 1933, preparation for the work site was completed with over 1,500,000 cubic yards of material moved from the riverbed along with the rock. Due to the dam's arch-gravity design, the walls of the canyon were to be used to support the structure of the dam. The canyon's walls had to be chipped away until virgin rock was exposed, allowing for a flush fit between concrete and rock in order to prevent the seepage of water. The men who were tasked in the removal of rock walls were called high scalers. These men were suspended from ropes and handed dynamite and jackhammers to chip away at the rock walls. During the dam's construction, onlookers could often be found taking pictures of the high scalers gracefully swinging along the rock face. Here the hard hat was born as high scalers dipped cloths in tar in order to protect their heads from falling rock. The companies working on the dam placed orders for thousands of these hard-boiled hats and were strongly encouraged to wear them while on site. With the foundation ready, the dam site was reinforced with grout to stabilize the canyon along with supporting the dam itself. On June 6, 1933, the first block of concrete is poured. By the time the dam is completed, it will have used 4,360,000 cubic yards of concrete, enough to build a 16-foot wide highway from San Francisco to New York City and weighing 6.6 million tons. The dam, instead of using a singular concrete pour, was constructed in large blocks. This was used over the continued pour because the cure time for the concrete would be 125 years. With the block design, concrete could be poured into smaller blocks in which metal tubes were inserted in order to carry cool river water and later ice-cold refrigerated water from the refrigeration plant. This process cooled the concrete blocks quicker and resulted in the quick setting of the concrete. After the concrete blocks were cured, the pipes would be filled with gravel in order to make the walls solid once again. Gravel was also used to fill gaps in between each block's walls, which interlocked much like a modern-day Lego. With completion of the concrete nearing water completion on February 1st, 1935, water is allowed to flow again, the dam into Lake Mead. By May 29, 1935, the last concrete is poured, ending construction on the mega structure. On September 30th, 1935, President Franklin D. Roosevelt attends the opening of the dam, remarking, "This morning I came, I saw, and I was conquered, as everyone would be who sees for the first time this great feat of mankind." At the dedication of the dam, the hydroelectric facilities were still incomplete. By the latter half, on 1936, water levels in Lake Mead permitted for the first 3 generators to be turned on. By 1961, the last of the 17 generators were placed and turned on. Gordon B. Kaufman headed architectural development on the dam and used the at the time popular Art Deco style, featuring the iconic double clock towers on the Arizona and California sides. Other artists such as Alan Tupper True and Oscar J.W. Hansen were brought in to design wall, floor, and sculptures located throughout the dam site. Originally called the Hoover Dam by Secretary of the Interior Ray Lyman Wilbur for tradition in naming dams after presidents, along with the work that President Hoover put into getting the dam refit.